In the silence of the morning, before the world awakens, there is clarity, a time to reflect, a time to align our choices with wisdom. As we age, the body changes, but aging is not defeat. It is transformation. And transformation requires awareness. Every day, we make hundreds of decisions. But some decisions, they carry deeper impact. What we eat, what we feed this temple of life becomes what we feel, how we think, and how we live. Aging is a process that every living being undergoes, yet society often treats it as something negative, something to be feared or avoided. Many view aging as a slow decline, a loss of vitality, strength, and purpose. But this perception misses a fundamental truth. Aging is transformation, not decline. It is a natural unfolding of life's journey, a continuous process of becoming rather than simply fading away. To embrace aging fully, we must shift our mindset from one of loss to one of awareness and opportunity. Awareness becomes the key that unlocks the potential within this stage of life. Transformation is a concept deeply rooted in many traditions of wisdom. It teaches us that change is constant and inevitable, but it is also purposeful. When we observe nature, we see cycles of growth, shedding, and renewal. The leaves fall from trees not because the tree is dying, but because it is preparing for new growth. Similarly, our bodies and minds go through changes not to punish us, but to invite us into a new way of being. Aging is the body's way of transforming from one phase to another, offering new insights, deeper understanding, and different kinds of strength that youth cannot provide. Awareness in this process is crucial. Without it, we fall into patterns of resistance, denial, and frustration. We fight the changes, cling to past abilities, and ignore the signals our body sends. This resistance often brings suffering, not because aging is inherently bad, but because we are not aligned with its reality. Awareness means paying close attention to how our body feels, how our mind processes information, and how our spirit responds to these shifts. It means listening deeply and honestly to ourselves without judgment or fear. In practical terms, awareness allows us to notice subtle changes, perhaps a bit more stiffness in the joints, moments of forgetfulness, or changes in energy levels. These observations are not signs of failure, but invitations to adapt, to care for ourselves differently. They encourage us to make wiser choices, whether that's in diet, exercise, rest, or social connection. When we approach aging with awareness, we are no longer passive observers, but active participants in our own health and well-being. This awareness also expands beyond the physical. It touches the emotional and mental realms. Aging often brings with it the challenge of confronting our fears about mortality, loss, and loneliness. It asks us to cultivate patience, compassion, and gratitude. We begin to see our lives not as a race to a finish line, but as a path to be walked mindfully, moment by moment. Each experience, joyful or difficult, becomes part of the transformation, a teacher guiding us toward greater clarity and peace. The way we think about aging influences how we experience it. If we hold beliefs that aging equals decline, we may unconsciously invite that reality into our lives. The mind-body connection is powerful. Our mental habits shape our physical state. Conversely, when we choose to see aging as transformation, we open the door to renewed possibilities. We become more accepting of our imperfections and more focused on nurturing what remains vibrant within us. Transformation through aging also includes the wisdom of learning to let go. In youth, we accumulate skills, possessions, and identities. In aging, there is a natural process of releasing, whether it is old habits, grudges, or attachments. This shedding is not loss but liberation, creating space for new growth and deeper understanding. It is a reminder that life is not about holding on tightly, but about flowing with the changes gracefully. Importantly, transformation means we are not fixed in any one state. We have the capacity to evolve mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, regardless of physical changes. Many people find that their later years become a time of great creativity, reflection, and contribution. With awareness, the challenges of aging become opportunities to deepen our connection with ourselves and others, to find meaning in the everyday, and to live with greater authenticity. This transformation is also reflected in how we care for our bodies. Aging requires a shift from the mindset of pushing limits to one of honoring limits. It invites us to listen to what our body needs, not just physically, but energetically and emotionally. Choosing foods that nourish, moving in ways that restore, resting when necessary, all these practices support the transformation process. Awareness guides these choices, helping us discern what serves us best at this moment in time. The transformation of aging challenges cultural narratives that prioritize youth and external appearance. It encourages a broader vision, one that honors the fullness of life experience. It reminds us that every wrinkle, every gray hair, every change in the body tells a story of survival, resilience, and wisdom earned. When we cultivate awareness, we learn to appreciate the beauty inherent in transformation rather than mourn what is lost. Ultimately, awareness as the key to transformation empowers us to live more fully and deeply. It invites us to embrace each day with presence and gratitude, to accept the natural flow of life with openness, and to cultivate peace within ourselves, regardless of external circumstances. Aging becomes a profound teacher, and through awareness, we unlock the richness of this journey, not as a path of decline, but as a sacred unfolding of our true selves. The body is a remarkable vessel, a complex and finely tuned system that responds continuously to everything we give it. What we consume, what we feed this body, is far more than just fuel. It is information, nourishment, and medicine. The food we choose shapes not only our physical form, but also our energy, mood, mental clarity, and overall vitality. This is why the phrase "you are what you eat" holds such profound truth. When we say the body becomes what you feed it, we are recognizing the intimate connection between nutrition and the essence of our being. Every cell in our body requires nutrients to function properly. These nutrients come from the foods we eat, and they serve as the building blocks for everything from repairing tissues and producing energy to supporting brain function and maintaining a healthy immune system. The quality of the food, therefore, directly impacts the quality of our health. When we feed the body with nutrient-dense, wholesome foods, we provide it with the tools to thrive. Conversely, poor dietary choices can lead to inflammation, fatigue, cognitive decline, and chronic disease. The power of food extends beyond physical health. It also influences our mental and emotional states. For instance, foods rich in antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids, and vitamins help protect the brain and support neurotransmitter function, which regulates mood and cognitive abilities. On the other hand, excessive intake of processed foods, sugars, and unhealthy fats can contribute to anxiety, depression, and brain fog. The mind and body are intertwined, and what we feed one impacts the other. Choosing what to eat requires intention and mindfulness. It is not merely about following trends or diets, but about truly understanding the relationship between food and how we feel, think, and live. Awareness of this connection encourages us to make choices that support our best selves. It challenges us to look beyond convenience or cravings and consider the long-term effects of our consumption. This perspective transforms eating from a mindless habit into a deliberate act of self-care and respect. The concept of feeding the body with intention also means honoring its individual needs. Each person's body is unique, and factors such as age, activity level, health conditions, and genetic predispositions influence nutritional requirements. Listening to the body signals hunger, energy levels, digestion, and mental clarity can guide us toward the foods that serve us best. This personal attunement is an essential part of feeding the body wisely. The environment in which we eat and the way we eat also matter. Eating with presence, without distraction, and savoring each bite enhances digestion and absorption of nutrients. Sharing meals with others can nourish the soul and foster a sense of connection and gratitude. These practices deepen our relationship with food, transforming it from mere sustenance to a source of joy and vitality. Furthermore, the choices we make about food extend beyond ourselves to the broader world. Supporting sustainable, ethical, and local food systems benefits not only our health, but also the health of the planet. When we feed ourselves with awareness, we contribute to a cycle of care that nurtures life on multiple levels. This holistic view reinforces the idea that feeding the body is an act of participation in a larger web of life. Feeding the body well also requires discipline and consistency. It is easy to fall into patterns of indulgence or neglect, but lasting health comes from daily commitment to nourishing habits. This does not mean perfection or restriction, but rather balance and respect for the body's needs over time. The body remembers what we give it. Positive choices accumulate into strength and resilience, while negative habits erode well-being. Another important aspect is the impact of hydration on the body's ability to utilize nutrients. Water supports every cellular process, aids digestion, and helps flush out toxins. Without adequate hydration, even the best foods cannot perform their full function. Paying attention to fluid intake is a fundamental part of feeding the body properly. The relationship between food and body is also deeply connected to energy. When we feed the body with appropriate nutrients, we experience sustained energy throughout the day, mental sharpness, and emotional stability. Poor nutrition often leads to energy crashes, irritability, and difficulty concentrating. By choosing foods that provide balanced fuel, complex carbohydrates, healthy fats, and proteins, we maintain steady energy and support all of life's demands. Lastly, feeding the body with intention is a practice of gratitude. Recognizing the abundance of food available, the effort it takes to produce it, and the role it plays in sustaining life cultivates appreciation. This gratitude can transform eating into a sacred ritual, a moment of connection to ourselves and the earth. When we approach food with this mindset, we align our actions with the deeper purpose of health and harmony. In essence, the body becomes what you feed it, because food is the foundation of life. It is the source of vitality, resilience, and clarity. By choosing wisely and eating with intention, we honor this foundation and empower ourselves to live fully, with strength and purpose. The way we nourish our bodies today shapes the quality of our tomorrow, guiding us toward a life of greater health and well-being. Not all nuts are created equal, and while many are celebrated for their health benefits, there are certain nuts that seniors should avoid because they can harm the heart and cloud the brain. These 4 nuts, though often regarded as healthy snacks, contain compounds or fats that may contribute to inflammation, raise bad cholesterol levels, or interfere with cognitive function, especially in aging bodies that are more sensitive to dietary influences. Understanding which nuts to avoid is as important as knowing which to include, because the wrong choices can silently undermine health over time. The first nut to avoid is the salted and roasted peanut. Although peanuts are technically legumes, they are often lumped in with knit nuts due to their similar nutritional profile. Salted and roasted peanuts are usually high in sodium, which can elevate blood pressure, a significant risk factor for heart disease. Excess sodium also disrupts the delicate balance of fluids in the body, leading to swelling and strain on the cardiovascular system. Moreover, roasted peanuts, especially those cooked at high temperatures, can contain harmful compounds called acrylamides, which have been linked to inflammation and oxidative stress. These effects can be particularly detrimental to seniors whose cardiovascular and neurological systems require careful protection. Secondly, macadamia nuts, though rich in healthy fats, can be problematic for some older adults due to their high calorie content and saturated fat levels. While they do contain monounsaturated fats beneficial for heart health, excessive consumption may contribute to weight gain and elevated cholesterol if not balanced properly. Seniors often have slower metabolisms, making it easier to accumulate excess calories and fat, which may increase the risk of cardiovascular disease. For those with pre-existing conditions like high cholesterol or heart disease, macadamia nuts should be consumed cautiously and in moderation. Third on the list is the cashew nut. Cashews are often roasted with added oils and salt, which increases their fat and sodium content. While raw cashews have a moderate fat profile, processed versions may include unhealthy trans fats or hydrogenated oils that negatively impact heart health. The presence of anti-nutrients like phytic acid in cashews can also interfere with the absorption of essential minerals such as calcium and magnesium, which are crucial for bone health, a major concern for seniors. Furthermore, cashews can sometimes trigger allergic reactions or sensitivities that exacerbate inflammation or digestive discomfort, conditions that aging individuals may find harder to manage. Lastly, the Brazil nut, though packed with selenium and essential trace mineral important for immune function, can pose risks when consumed in excess. High selenium intake may lead to toxicity symptoms including nervous system disturbances and gastrointestinal upset. For seniors with compromised kidney or liver function, regulating selenium intake is critical, as these organs are responsible for detoxifying excess minerals. Overconsumption of Brazil nuts can inadvertently cause imbalances that negatively affect brain health and overall well-being. Moderation and careful portion control are vital to avoid these risks. What makes these nuts particularly concerning for seniors is their cumulative effect on the heart and brain. The heart, which already faces increased strain with age due to arterial stiffening and other factors, can be further burdened by diets high in sodium, unhealthy fats, and inflammatory compounds. The brain, equally vulnerable, relies on a delicate balance of nutrients to maintain cognitive function and prevent degeneration. Inflammation and oxidative stress triggered by poor dietary choices can accelerate cognitive decline and increase the risk of conditions such as Alzheimer's disease and vascular dementia. Additionally, these nuts can contribute to subtle but chronic inflammation, a key driver of many age-related diseases. Inflammation in the cardiovascular system can lead to plaque buildup and arterial damage, while in the brain, it can disrupt communication between neurons and impair memory and learning. Avoiding nuts that promote inflammation is a preventative strategy that supports healthy aging and preserves mental clarity. It is also important to consider how these nuts are processed and consumed. Many commercially available nuts are roasted with added salt, sugar, or unhealthy oils, which diminish their nutritional value and introduce harmful additives. Seniors should be especially vigilant about reading labels and choosing raw or dry roasted varieties without added ingredients. This careful selection helps minimize exposure to substances that might harm the heart or brain. The timing and quantity of nut consumption also matter. Even healthier nuts can become harmful if eaten excessively, as too much fat even from good sources can strain digestion and metabolic processes. Seniors may find smaller, measured portions more beneficial, allowing their bodies to absorb nutrients without overloading organs. This mindful approach to eating respects the body's changing needs and fosters long-term health. Lastly, while these 4 nuts should be limited or avoided, it is crucial to remember that nuts themselves are not inherently bad. Many nuts offer exceptional health benefits when chosen wisely and consumed in moderation. The key lies in understanding which nuts support aging bodies and which do not, making informed choices that protect and enhance heart and brain health rather than compromise it. This knowledge empowers seniors to nourish themselves effectively, sustaining vitality and cognitive function as they age. By identifying and avoiding these 4 nuts, seniors take a proactive step in safeguarding their cardiovascular system and mental acuity. This is not about fear or restriction, but about wisdom and respect for the body's changing needs. Nutrition becomes a tool for empowerment, a way to honor the vessel that carries us through life's chapters with strength, clarity, and resilience.
In contrast to the nuts that seniors should avoid, there are 4 specific nuts that serve as powerful allies in supporting brain and heart health. These nuts are packed with essential nutrients, healthy fats, antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals that help protect against cognitive decline, reduce inflammation, and promote cardiovascular wellness. Adding these nuts to your diet with intention can fuel clarity, vitality, and longevity, turning simple snacks into medicine for the aging body. First among these beneficial nuts are walnuts, often called brain food. Walnuts are uniquely rich in alpha-linolenic acid ALA, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid critical for brain function and heart health. Omega-3s have been extensively studied for their ability to reduce inflammation, improve blood vessel function, and support neuron communication. For seniors, walnuts offer a natural way to protect memory, enhance cognition, and lower the risk of heart disease. The antioxidants in walnuts also help fight oxidative stress, which accelerates aging at the cellular level. Eating a handful of walnuts daily can support brain plasticity and maintain mental sharpness, helping to keep the mind agile well into later years. Almonds are another essential nut to add to a senior's diet. Almonds provide a rich source of vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that shields cells from damage caused by free radicals. This vitamin is especially important for brain health as it helps protect neurons and may slow the progression of cognitive decline. Almonds are also high in healthy monounsaturated fats, which support heart health by reducing bad LDL cholesterol and increasing good HDL cholesterol. Their fiber content aids digestion and promotes a healthy gut microbiome, which recent research links to improved mental and emotional well-being. The minerals in almonds, including magnesium and calcium, also contribute to bone strength, a key concern for aging individuals. Incorporating almonds into daily meals helps nourish the body from the inside out, fostering resilience and vitality. Pistachios are another nut with impressive benefits for seniors. They are loaded with antioxidants such as lutein and zeaxanthin, which are traditionally known for supporting eye health, but also have protective effects on the brain. These antioxidants help reduce inflammation and oxidative damage, which are underlying causes of many chronic diseases, including neurodegenerative conditions. Pistachios also provide a good balance of protein, fiber, and healthy fats that promote heart health by improving blood lipid profiles and reducing blood pressure. Additionally, pistachios contain important B vitamins like B6, which play a role in neurotransmitter synthesis, mood regulation, and cognitive function. The combination of nutrients in pistachios helps maintain energy, focus, and emotional balance, qualities essential for a fulfilling life in later years. Hazelnuts round out the group of 4 beneficial nuts for brain and heart health. These nuts are rich in monounsaturated fats, vitamin E, and folate. Folate is particularly significant because it supports DNA synthesis and repair, processes vital for maintaining healthy brain cells. Hazelnuts' high vitamin E content protects against oxidative stress, helping to preserve cognitive function and reduce the risk of dementia. Furthermore, their healthy fats aid in lowering cholesterol and improving blood vessel elasticity, which enhances circulation and reduces the burden on the heart. Hazelnuts also contain magnesium, which helps regulate heart rhythm and supports muscle and nerve function. By incorporating hazelnuts into the diet, seniors can reinforce their cardiovascular system while also nurturing brain health. The common thread among these 4 nuts, walnuts, almonds, pistachios, and hazelnuts, is their rich supply of nutrients that combat inflammation, oxidative stress, and metabolic imbalances. These factors are often at the root of many age-related diseases, so choosing foods that address them directly supports the body's natural defenses. The healthy fats found in these nuts, especially omega-3s and monounsaturated fats, play a crucial role in maintaining cell membrane integrity, hormone production, and energy metabolism. These fats also contribute to a balanced inflammatory response, preventing chronic inflammation that can damage organs and tissues. Another advantage of these nuts is their versatility and ease of inclusion in daily diets. They can be eaten raw, roasted without added salt or oils, or incorporated into meals like salads, yogurts, oatmeal, and baked goods. Their satisfying crunch and rich flavors make them enjoyable snacks that don't feel like a chore to consume. This ease of integration encourages consistency, which is key to reaping their long-term benefits. It is also important to note that the nutrient synergy in these nuts enhances their overall effectiveness. The combination of antioxidants, healthy fats, fiber, and vitamins work together to support multiple systems simultaneously. For example, antioxidants protect both the heart and brain from oxidative damage, while healthy fats improve circulation and support neuronal function. Fiber aids in maintaining a healthy gut, which influences inflammation and mood regulation through the gut-brain axis. This interconnected support highlights the wisdom of nature's design and the profound impact of simple dietary choices. Adding these 4 nuts to your diet with mindfulness and moderation can transform how your body ages. They offer more than just nourishment. They provide tools for longevity, clarity, and resilience. Seniors who embrace these nuts empower themselves to face the challenges of aging with strength and grace, enhancing not just years of life, but quality of life. By choosing these nuts as part of a balanced and varied diet, seniors give their bodies the building blocks needed for sustained health. This intentional nutrition helps protect against heart disease, cognitive decline, and other common age-related conditions. It fosters an environment where the brain can thrive and the heart can beat strong, supporting a life lived fully and vibrantly. Nutrition is not merely a matter of science or biology. It is also an expression of self-respect, discipline, and mindfulness. When we approach what we eat with a deeper understanding, we realize that food becomes a reflection of how we value ourselves and our bodies. It is a way of honoring the gift of life by choosing to nourish it with care and intention. This perspective transforms eating from a mundane task into a sacred practice that connects body, mind, and spirit. Self-respect begins with recognizing the profound impact food has on our overall well-being. The choices we make about what to consume ripple through every system in our body, from cellular health to mental clarity and emotional balance. When we eat with awareness, we acknowledge that each bite either supports or undermines our vitality. This awareness encourages us to prioritize foods that provide nourishment rather than empty calories or harmful substances. It is a commitment to treating our bodies as temples deserving of the highest quality fuel. Discipline in nutrition is not about restriction or punishment. Rather, it is about cultivating habits that consistently serve our health. It involves making conscious decisions even when faced with temptations or convenience. Discipline allows us to set boundaries around what we consume, understanding that long-term well-being requires effort and intention. For seniors whose bodies may be more sensitive to dietary imbalances, discipline becomes a crucial ally in maintaining heart and brain health. It empowers us to say no to harmful foods and yes to those that nurture our longevity. Mindfulness in eating means being present with the experience of nourishment. It invites us to slow down, savor the flavors, and pay attention to how food makes us feel. This practice fosters a deeper connection to our bodies, helping us recognize signals of hunger, fullness, and satisfaction. Mindful eating also helps prevent overeating or consuming foods that do not truly satisfy. It shifts the focus from mindless consumption to thoughtful nourishment, enhancing digestion and nutrient absorption. When seniors adopt mindfulness in their eating habits, they cultivate a harmonious relationship with food that supports health and enjoyment. The integration of self-respect, discipline, and mindfulness in nutrition also has emotional and psychological benefits. Food is often tied to memories, comfort, and social experiences, and approaching it with awareness allows us to heal unhealthy patterns and build positive associations. This can be especially important for seniors who may face loneliness or emotional challenges. Viewing food as a tool for empowerment rather than a source of stress or guilt fosters resilience and emotional well-being. Furthermore, nutrition as self-respect aligns with the principle of stewardship over one's body. Our bodies are entrusted to us for the journey of life, and caring for them responsibly honors that trust. This stewardship calls for learning about the nutritional needs unique to our stage of life and making informed choices accordingly. For seniors, This might mean selecting foods that support heart health, cognitive function, and bone strength. It also involves recognizing the importance of hydration, balance, and variety. Through disciplined and mindful nutrition, we actively participate in preserving the health and vitality of our bodies. Discipline in nutrition is also connected to consistency. Occasional healthy meals are beneficial, but sustained health arises from daily habits. This requires commitment and perseverance. Challenges may arise, whether due to limited access to quality foods, social situations, or personal cravings. But maintaining discipline helps navigate these obstacles. It reminds us that every meal is an opportunity to honor our bodies, and that small, consistent actions accumulate into meaningful health outcomes over time. Mindfulness adds a layer of grace to this discipline. Instead of rigidly following rules, mindfulness encourages flexibility and compassion. It allows space for occasional indulgences without guilt, recognizing that the overall pattern of nourishment matters most. This balanced approach reduces stress around eating and promotes a positive, sustainable relationship with food. For seniors, cultivating this balance supports both physical health and mental peace. Incorporating self-respect, discipline, and mindfulness into nutrition also encourages learning and growth. As we pay closer attention to how different foods affect our bodies and minds, we become more attuned to our needs. This ongoing awareness opens the door to continual refinement of our dietary habits, adapting to changing circumstances and evolving health goals. It transforms nutrition from a static set of rules into a dynamic journey of self-discovery and care. This approach to nutrition also strengthens our connection to the broader community and environment. Choosing wholesome, minimally processed foods often means supporting local farmers, sustainable agriculture, and ethical food practices. When we respect our bodies, we often extend that respect outward, recognizing the interdependence between personal health and planetary health. This holistic view deepens the meaning behind our food choices, imbuing them with purpose beyond individual benefit. Ultimately, viewing nutrition as self-respect, discipline, and mindfulness empowers seniors to take ownership of their health in a proactive and compassionate way. It transforms eating from a passive necessity into an active, intentional act of care. This mindset fosters resilience, vitality, and joy qualities essential for thriving in later years. Through this holistic approach, food becomes not just sustenance but a source of strength, clarity, and fulfillment. Maintaining a balanced intake of nuts is crucial for seniors aiming to support both brain and heart health effectively. While nuts offer numerous benefits, consuming them in appropriate amounts ensures that these benefits are maximized without overwhelming the body with excess calories, fats, or other compounds. Balance in this context means not only the quantity but also the diversity and quality of nuts incorporated into the diet. This balanced approach helps seniors enjoy the positive effects of nuts while avoiding potential downsides such as weight gain, digestive discomfort, or nutrient imbalances. One of the primary reasons balanced intake is vital is because nuts are calorie-dense foods. Though rich in healthy fats, proteins, vitamins, and minerals, they pack a significant number of calories into small servings. For seniors, whose metabolic rates often slow down with age and who may have reduced physical activity levels, excess calorie consumption can lead to unwanted weight gain. This weight gain may increase the risk of cardiovascular problems, diabetes, and joint issues. By moderating portion sizes, seniors can harness the nutritional power of nuts without tipping the scale in an unhealthy direction. Portion control can be practical and straightforward, Typically, a serving size of nuts is about a small handful, roughly 1 ounce or 28 grams. This amount provides ample nutrients to support heart and brain health without overloading the body. Regularly consuming this moderate portion ensures steady nutrient supply, including beneficial fats like omega-3s and monounsaturated fats, fiber, antioxidants, and essential minerals. Eating nuts mindfully and in controlled amounts also helps avoid digestive issues such as bloating or discomfort that can arise from overeating fibrous foods. In addition to quantity, variety plays a crucial role in maintaining balance. Different nuts offer different nutrient profiles, and diversifying the types of nuts consumed ensures a broad spectrum of nutrients. For example, walnuts provide omega-3 fatty acids that support cognitive function, while almonds are rich in vitamin E, which protects cells from oxidative damage. Pistachios contribute antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, and hazelnuts supply folate and magnesium. Rotating among these nuts maximizes the benefits by covering various aspects of heart and brain health. This variety also reduces the risk of overconsuming any one nutrient, such as selenium from Brazil nuts, which in excess can be harmful. Quality is another critical factor in balanced nut intake. Choosing raw or dry roasted nuts without added salt, sugar, or unhealthy oils preserves their natural nutrient content and prevents unnecessary intake of substances that may harm heart health. Processed nuts can contain trans fats or excessive sodium, both of which counteract the benefits of nuts. Seniors should carefully read labels and opt for minimally processed options to maintain the integrity of their diet. Organic and sustainably sourced nuts may also reduce exposure to pesticides and support environmental health. Balanced nut consumption fits best within a holistic diet rich in whole foods, including fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Nuts complement these foods by providing concentrated sources of essential nutrients, but they should not be the sole focus. A diet emphasizing balance ensures that seniors receive a wide range of nutrients necessary for overall health and longevity. Incorporating nuts as snacks or meal additions rather than main components fosters this balance. Timing and frequency of nut consumption are also important. Including nuts as part of meals or snacks spread throughout the day helps maintain energy levels and supports cognitive function steadily. For example, adding a handful of walnuts to breakfast oatmeal or sprinkling almonds over a salad at lunch can provide beneficial fats and antioxidants that fuel the brain and heart continuously. This steady intake avoids spikes in blood sugar or energy crashes often caused by less balanced snacks. Hydration works hand in hand with balanced nut intake. Since nuts contain fiber and fats, drinking adequate water supports digestion and nutrient absorption. Seniors should pair nut consumption with sufficient fluids to help prevent constipation and ensure smooth metabolic processes. Proper hydration also aids in detoxification, helping the body manage the natural compounds found in nuts. Balanced intake also involves listening to the body's signals and adjusting consumption accordingly. Seniors may notice that certain nuts agree better with their digestion or energy levels. Sensitivities or allergies may require avoiding specific nuts altogether. Monitoring how the body responds and making thoughtful adjustments ensures that nut consumption remains beneficial rather than problematic. This personalized approach is key to sustaining health and enjoyment. The balance in nut consumption extends to integrating them within lifestyle factors that affect heart and brain health. Regular physical activity, stress management, adequate sleep, and social engagement all influence how nutrients are utilized and how the body functions. Nuts provide foundational nourishment, but their benefits multiply when combined with these holistic practices. Seniors who balance diet with healthy habits create a supportive environment for their bodies to thrive. Moreover, balance includes being mindful of other sources of fats and calories in the diet. For instance, if a senior enjoys nuts regularly, they might reduce intake of other high, at, or processed foods to prevent excessive calorie load. This consideration helps maintain overall dietary quality and prevents nutrient excesses or imbalances. Balance is about synergy, ensuring that all parts of the diet work together harmoniously. Finally, balanced intake fosters sustainability in dietary habits. Extreme restrictions or overindulgences often lead to frustration, cravings, or abandonment of healthy eating goals. By enjoying nuts in reasonable amounts and diverse forms, seniors can maintain a satisfying and enjoyable diet that supports their health long term. This sustainable approach encourages consistency, which is essential for reaping the full benefits of nuts on brain and heart health. By embracing balance in how they consume nuts, considering quantity, variety, quality, timing, and integration with lifestyle, seniors empower themselves to make the most of these nutrient-dense foods. This balanced approach not only maximizes health benefits, but also supports overall well-being, resilience, and vitality throughout the aging process.